Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. NFL analysts' QB prediction for Steelers will have fans blowing a fuse. We are a month away from the NFL draft, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are one of the few teams in the NFL that don't have any semblance of a plan at the quarterback position. After Russell Wilson inked a one-year deal with the New York Giants, Aaron Rodgers is the last respectable quarterback on the market, but whispers suggest the 41-year-old is considering retirement. Now things are about to get real. As the Steelers enter desperation mode, there's an increasing belief that they will target a quarterback early in the 2025 NFL Draft. Radio host and NFL analyst Colin Cowherd said on his show The Herd that he's been told the Steelers really like Jalen Milroe and could take him at pick 21. So I talked to an NFL exec last night, very well connected, and this is a keep your head on a swivel, Aaron Rodgers, Cowherd said on FS1. I'm told the Steelers really like Jalen Milroe. 21st pick, first round. So if Aaron signs with Pittsburgh, it's gonna to become Kirk Cousins. They're taking a quarterback. This isn't what anyone wanted to hear, but Cowherd wasn't finished. I've been told, the Steelers, they're looking around at all these AFC quarterbacks, and Milroe is the most athletically gifted guy to come out of this draft at that position since Lamar Jackson, Cowherd continued. And they feel, as an organization, they need special. They just don't stack up. They need special at quarterback. Cowherd likened Milroe to a better version of the Indianapolis Colts 2023 first-round quarterback, Anthony Richardson, but Richardson's career has been a disaster so far. But Cowherd is convinced the Steelers will reach for Milroe if he's available with their first-round pick. And if, the 21st pick, if Milroe's not taken, Pittsburgh is leaning now and taking him. It is not a good draft. So Pittsburgh may get trapped a little like they did with Kenny Pickett. Pittsburgh Steelers fans would lose all faith in the front office if Jalen Milroe is drafted in round 1. Jalen Milroe has an impressive blend of physical traits, with a big arm and fantastic mobility. At some point in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Alabama quarterback is worth a gamble. But nobody believes that's a short worth taking in the middle of the first round. The irony of this selection would be hard to stomach. The Pittsburgh Steelers had a 25-year-old Justin Fields last season who chipped in 10 total touchdowns compared to just 1 interception and led his team to a 4-2 record before getting benched ahead of Week 7 last season. As a prospect, Fields was undeniably a better player than Milroe. It would be asinine of an organization that forced Fields to rot on the bench in 2024 to turn around and spend elite draft capital on a raw version of the same quarterback in the NFL Draft. Milroe has a long way to go as a passer, and most believe he should be selected late on day 2 or early on day 3 of the draft. In 2022, Kevin Colbert selected Kenny Pickett with the 20th overall pick in an effort to set the franchise up for success when he was gone. But taking an underwhelming quarterback in a bad QB class proved to be a decision that set the franchise back years. This is a new front office, led by General Manager Omar Khan and Assistant GM Andy Weidel. If they end up repeating the mistakes of the past and reaching for a polarizing quarterback prospect in the NFL Draft, this will be a condemning move that will cause them to lose the trust of the fanbase quickly. 5 for Friday. Winning post-franchise QB not easy. The term franchise quarterback gets thrown around a lot in the NFL, more so than it should. But if you're a team that doesn't have one, then you're in the market to find one. And if you're a team that had a franchise quarterback, a true franchise quarterback who has since retired, you understand the pain involved with knowing exactly what you're missing. That's the state in which the Steelers currently find themselves, as they work through their 4th offseason since Ben Roethlisberger's retirement. Many people like to point to the Green Bay Packers model of going from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers as the way the process should work. And while that worked, the Packers also took Rodgers in the first round of the 2005 draft, 24th overall, not because they thought Favre was nearing the end of the road, but because Rodgers fell into their lap. He languished on their bench for 3 seasons before the team eventually moved on from Favre, and even at that, the Packers, who were 13-3 in Favre's last season with the team, went 6-10 in their first season with Rodgers as their starting quarterback. They won the Super Bowl in Rodgers' third season, but when it comes to replacing a Hall of Fame talent, that is the outlier, not the norm. The Steelers have gone 29-22 in the 3 seasons since Roethlisberger retired, making the playoffs twice. Now, that hasn't added up to any postseason success, but that 29-22 record stacks up with that of any team who has had a true franchise quarterback move on. Since 2000, there have been 7 quarterbacks who have gone into the Pro Football Hall of Fame immediately after their playing careers ended. Add to that the likes of Drew Brees, Tom Brady, 2 teams, and Roethlisberger, and you have 11 instances where a team has done so. The average record of those teams over that 3-year period is 24.3 to 23.1, barely above .500. And that includes the Steelers' record. Take that out of the equation, and the overall mark falls below .500. Packers aside, they have 3 combined playoff wins. Green Bay, meanwhile, won 4 playoff games in Rodgers' third season en route to a Super Bowl victory, but failed to win a playoff game in his first 2 seasons. It's not an uncommon issue. The Broncos went 25-23 after John Elway's retirement. And remember, he retired after Denver won back-to-back Super Bowls. Arizona was 18-30 after Kurt Warner retired. The Cardinals went to a Super Bowl in his penultimate season, and he posted a 10-5 record in his starts in his final season in 2009. Denver won the Super Bowl in Peyton Manning's final season, then went 20-28 without a playoff appearance in the next 3 seasons. In fact, the Broncos failed to make the playoffs from 2016 through 2023 following Manning's retirement, finally earning a playoff spot in 2024. New Orleans, meanwhile, went 12-4 in Drew Brees' final season, but have a combined 25-26 record with no playoff appearances in the 3 years since. And the Patriots, who were 12-4 in their final season with Brady, went 25-25 in the 3 seasons after he moved on to Tampa Bay, where he won a Super Bowl in his first season there. Years 4 and 5 in the post-Brady era have both been 4-13 seasons, enough to get the team to move on from future Hall of Fame coach Bill Belichick and then his replacement, Jared Mayo. It's not pretty. While the Steelers haven't won a playoff game post-Roethlisberger, they haven't become that. And they've done it while using multiple quarterbacks. At some point, they'll get another shot at perhaps getting another franchise quarterback. But let's remember, they went 20 years from the end of Terry Bradshaw's Hall of Fame career to that of Roethlisberger. Hopefully, it doesn't take that long to find the next one. In the meantime, the team continues to find ways to win games and stay in the mix. That's not the norm, that's the outlier. How long are Steelers willing to wait on Aaron Rodgers' decision? By Matthew Marksy posted on March 28, 2025 at 5 a.m. How long are the Steelers willing to wait on Aaron Rodgers to make a decision? It is atypical for the Steelers to wait on a player like Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers is an atypical player. Even if he is past his prime and out of his mind, he still rightfully commands a level of respect. At least his football talents and resume do, and the hope of providing better play. But there has to be a line at some point, the question is where. The way things currently stand, it seems as though Rodgers will either play for the Steelers or sit things out. If he doesn't want to sign, he can wait and see if another opportunity arises. Despite a lengthy meeting and regular contact, and a contract offer gathering dust, he has thus far declined to commit. Our latest videos that alone should offer some level of concern, especially from the Volunteers not hostages perspective. Why are the Steelers, or perhaps rather HC Mike Tomlin, so acquiescent to Aaron Rodgers if he is not committed? There is no compelling reason why he wouldn't be prepared to commit now if he were to do so. The longer things drag on, the less likely it seems he is prepared to make any investment in the team. despite praising Tomlin in the past, along with reports that the holdup isn't about contracts, and the fact that nobody else is actively pursuing him. Aaron Rodgers is waiting things out with the Steelers. The reason why is not clear, and we don't. Are you a fan? What do you think about Aaron Rodgers' situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.